Today's video is going to be about Brady Martin of the Soo Greyhounds in the Ontario Hockey League. The 6-foot, 180-pound center put up a whopping 33 goals, 39 assists, good for 72 points this year in the OHL. He's a prospect I've really came around on over the course of the season. The more I've watched Martin, the more I've appreciated the consistent effort and approach he brings to the game every night. To end the campaign, he added 11 points in 6 games, topped off with a gold medal for Team Canada at the U18s. A lot of the narratives with Martin start with his physical play, and deservingly so, but I want to start talking about his play on the puck. His track numbers leave him number 1 among CHL draft eligibles in many transitional stats.
Behind the net, Martin scores! Second chance for Martin, this time he roofed it, and he gets on the score sheet.
In transition, Martin is typically making one read. If he can drive wide, he does so, and if not, it's an early pull-up into a delayed flat pass. Martin shows a great understanding of manipulating coverages, pulling defenders to create 2-on-1s and advantageous ice. Occasionally, Brady Martin's lack of speed can lead to a more east-west style of game, requiring excess ice to beat defenders. This won't work in the NHL, where space is at such a premium. These instances only come either on the regroup or clean breakouts when he starts with the puck early in his own zone. His work in transition will have to consolidate in space. Martin is quite good at carving defensive traps on the rush, using his strength and compete to fight through contact. It doesn't always come with control, but it's a mature trait for a junior player to already be able to drive the middle of the ice, will a puck below the goal line, and create a cycle from there. Although I think Martin's lack of speed is blown out of proportion, he's not going to be able to burn defenders wide in the NHL. His best transition moments come when he drives, pulls up, assesses, and distributes to someone with a better speed differential entering the zone late. It appears Martin is already aware of this and already taking advantage. Martin forces a ridiculous amount of rim pucks by opposing teams with his physical play on the forecheck. In the NHL, defensemen are better suited to make plays under pressure, so this can't be expected to completely translate. On the contrary, however, turning a controlled breakup possession into a 50-50 puck rim on the wall is always a chance to create more offense, especially with the closing speed of NHL forecheckers. His teammates in the Soo didn't capitalize on many of his created opportunities. I strongly believe that Brady Martin is more than just a physical player, but it truly is what he is best at. In his best moments, he's a bull in a china shop, not just hitting guys, but trying to break the glass. Martin's floor races extremely high, and I think he can be a third line checking forward, like he for sure would, if all else fails. Through the course of the game, it's apparent teams opt for a quick up, south-north breakout option, trying to avoid physical contact and the ensuing turnover.
Greyhounds pick up the loose puck. Mignosa towards the blue line. Let's have a break. Saginaw caught on a change. Martin going in with a shot. Nice save there by Papineau as Brady Martin is robbed on a breakaway. Puck ends up in the corner. Valeris hit by...
In over the line. Hayes. He whistles one wide and juggled there by Costanzo. Big hit by Martin. You can see why the scouts are keeping an eye on him. He plays that puck well down.
This is a play right here that I wanted to highlight, one I think sums up Martin's game as a whole. He starts the period with a heavy hit on projected first-round pick Sacha Beaumédien, separating from the puck and creating a possession. He reloads to the defenseman, supports in a perfect F3 spot, and beats bad coverage by finding quiet ice for a mid-range shot on goal. Quick strike cycle reloads like this happen all over the NHL, and I think Martin has a great understanding of it already. Martin's overall offensive upside remains a bit up in the air. The shot is good, not exceptional, and I think the bulk of his goal scoring will come from his hard pursuits to the net off the cycle game. He poses as a mid-range scoring threat off the carry in junior, but that likely won't be the same in the NHL. Martin's skating is a bit limiting mechanically. I don't find him to be nearly as slow as I, along with many, thought earlier this year, but there remain some hitches. He loses balance at times, has trouble fully extending inside his stride, and can't perform complicated maneuvers with the puck. With that being said, I think the simplicity is the strength of his game. There's clear holes with Martin, but every prospect in this draft has missing aspects of their game. If Martin can add some blended dynamism into his zone entry approach, refine his skating, which he told me is priority number one, and continue to work on his shot, I see a great future with him. His floor to me remains a third line checking winger, realistically a third line center, and if everything goes right, I think he could be a player with similar impact to a guy like Sam Bennett in Florida.